Hi guys, I'm James and welcome to Meatster. And today is one of my favourite days of the week. As usual, we are doing a steak video and I'm absolutely starving. And today's a bit of a fun one really. We wanted to figure out if marinating your steak for several hours before frying it off will make much of a difference to the flavour or the texture compared to just seasoning it normally and maybe using a dipping sauce or some other sort of condiment to go with it. So the way we're going to do this is I'm going to show you the marinade, and I will have marinated the beef for about 5 hours, and then later when we come to eat it we've got our normal testers, Bob and Tom, and they will have no idea what's happened earlier in the day. The steaks should look the same as each other, and I'll let you know which plate has which one on it, and we'll find out if marinating your steak is worth it or not. So to start things off, I want to show you how to make the marinade, so let's go ahead. So there are quite a few ingredients for this. Obviously you need your beef, soy sauce, we've got ponzu, toasted sesame oil, some ginger and garlic, we've got some black vinegar, some sweet soy sauce, white and black sesame seeds, whichever honey you like, and some yuzu juice, which might be one of the harder ones to get out of this lot. If you can't get yuzu juice, then use lime, or you can use lemon and lime, but I think lime is probably slightly closer. And you could also add in a little squeeze of orange juice because yuzu has a slightly sweeter touch. So you can grate a couple of inches of ginger and a few garlic cloves. Obviously if you like it more garlicky you can just add as much as you like. And then to that we're going to add the sesame seeds, the black ones, and the honey. Again, sweetness is up to you. You might want to make this a few times, obviously, to figure out what you like. Toasted sesame oil and sweet soy sauce are really important ingredients to this. I've added some lime to go with the yuzu, and it will just add another facet to the flavour. And then ponzu, which is a citrusy soy sauce, and it adds a bit more vibrancy. And then we got some good soy sauce, the best you can get, and the white sesame seeds. Now, in terms of quantities, it's difficult to say exactly, but it's something that you're going to have to play a bit of trial and error with and taste as you go along. And then you just want to cover the beef for, as long as you can. 24 hours would be good. It might be pretty strong though at that point. I did about 5 or 6. It was good enough, and I've heard that an hour or two of marinating is about the same anyway. Steaks have been marinating in here for about 4 to 5 hours, and I've turned them over a couple of times, and it's difficult to say whether it's been, the marinade has infiltrated the meat or not, and it's sort of a topic that people, some people absolutely believe in it. I'm not really sure myself, but we're going to find out today. So I just want to get these out of the marinade now so that they've got a little bit of time. I'm going to be cooking them in about an hour. I want them to have a bit of time to dry off now. So I'm going to take them out, and then I'm going to rub anything that could burn, I'm going to rub it off, and I'm going to pat them dry. And then I want to show you how to make a really great dipping sauce. Now, there is a difference between the marinade and the dipping sauce, because the marinade will be much saltier, it will be heavily soy based, and whilst they will use the same ingredients as each other, the marinade will have a different proportion of soy sauce compared to the dipping sauce, which is more citrusy, sweet, ginger and garlic flavoured, which will really accompany steak really well. So as I said, I've used all the same ingredients as the marinade, just in a slightly different way. The ginger and garlic, the ginger is in batons and the garlic is crushed. I just find it gives a slightly different flavour profile that way, and I really enjoy it for dipping in. And this has got less soy sauce because you don't want it to be overly salty when you're dipping into it or putting it over your beef. So it's got more of the ponzu, which is a much milder sort of soy with citrus flavouring to it. And this shichimi togarashi is a cayenne pepper mix. I think it's 7 different spices, and one of those includes sort of an orange peel. So it has also an interesting flavour it can add. I like plenty of toasted sesame, so I just add as much as I can really. But using all these ingredients, you can play around with it and come up with something that you just really want to pour all over your beef. I would just recommend you don't make it too salty with the soy. And eventually you'll find the right balance for yourself. So good luck with that, and I hope it's something that you enjoy. With these non-marinated steaks, you need to season them as normal with plenty of Maldon sea salt, which I find is the best. The ones that came out of the marinade, I put a tiny amount of salt, much less than normal, and it didn't even necessarily need that. The soy sauce in the marinade was enough. And then just cook them all as normal. We had a little incident here with the grill turning itself off, which meant that they were on there for quite a while and slightly overcooked, more to a sort of medium well than I liked, but that was unfortunate. Alright guys, we're just waiting for Bob and Tom to come in. They don't know what these steaks are, but I'll just run you through them here. Steak number 1 is a ribeye, steak number 2 is a sirloin. These two are not marinated, and these two are marinated. This is a ribeye and this is a sirloin, and I'm going to cut them up in a second and then just hand them out so that they don't know what they are. And it'll be really intriguing to know if someone can tell just from eating it what it is. So get back to you in a second. So been resting, the boys are hungry, I'm hungry, and I've already told you what we've got here. So let's go for this one first. Okay. So just start from your left. And just going through one by one, I want to know what you think. I'll try it as well. So do you think I've done anything to the first one, or do you think it's just quite plain?
First one's not much done, I don't think.
I don't think
See that bit. Do you think I've done much to the first two?
Probably more, the second one tastes a bit more flavour.
Okay, interesting. Right.
The first one doesn't feel like it's had much time to it.
Okay. Third one?
Soy sauce.
And sesame seeds.
Oh, guys. Look at that. Right, go for number 4.
Okay.
You might be getting close to something there. Okay, so you thought the first two didn't have much done to them, right? And you couldn't tell too much difference, although you thought number 2 was...
A bit more flavour.
Yeah.
Maybe have it one.
And then these two are cooked much better. This one's cooked really nicely.
So maybe I've got a beer on it.
Has it got beer on it? Maybe he wishes it's got beer on it. So, okay boys, these two have been marinated all day in Japanese flavours. It makes a massive difference, doesn't
Number
it?
3 tastes a bit more sweeter than number 4.
Can you tell what the difference in cut is, boys, between them? Even if you weren't looking at it?
Between number 3 and number 4?
Yeah.
No.
No?
If I wasn't looking at it, no.
Couldn't tell?
They taste different, but I don't.
Let's just try a bit of those again. Okay. This is number 3. Okay, try that. And then... Number 4 is really tasty. So is number 3. I vote for number 4.
Number 4's taking on more of the Japanese flavour.
Oh, I didn't think so. Probably the other way around.
Okay. I think number 4 was... I found number 4 sweeter. But I think roughly what we can say, which surprises me a lot because I've always heard to the contrary, that marinating all day has made an incredible difference all the way through in flavour. I've not added any more of the marinade when cooking, and I've not put any of it on top after it's been resting. And yes, despite the fact that due to a technical hiccup, these are slightly overcooked, there's a completely different flavour going on. It just tastes like plain steak, which if I didn't have these here would be delicious. But this is thoroughly incredible. It's tasty as hell. So I'll have this one for dinner. Boys, you can have these ones. Yeah? What do you think?
Thank you.
Alright, there's the conclusion for today. Marinating your steak is really worthwhile, and I think that leads us on to probably what will be the next episode then, is marinating it in different things to see what difference it makes. But anyway, we're starving, these are getting cold. See you next week.